are listening to GUFON Radio with Rich Giordano.
My personal belief is that there is very compelling evidence that we may not be alone.
There has been and is an existing presence, an ET presence. It's not going to make a difference. It's not going to change reality.
I believe, as do the other folks that were on the flight, that when we visually saw it, that it was something not from this world.
GUFON Radio.
You were either in or you were either out, brother.
But the cream will rise to the top, oh yeah.
GUFON Radio with Rich Giordano.
I occasionally think how quickly our differences worldwide would vanish if we were facing an alien threat from outside this world.
GUFON Radio.
Remain seated, please. Permanecer sentados, por favor.
You're listening to GUFON Radio with Rich Giordano.
Yeah. All right. Welcome to GUFON, everybody. I'm your host, Rich Giordano. It is Sunday, March the 5th, 2023. We're just rolling right along like March isn't even a part of the world, is it? Just like it's not even there, like a paved road, smooth, fast, no problems. Until we hit the 10th. And then we got to stop. That's the last. It's the last. birthday I'll ever have. I'm kidding. Thanks for hanging out on a Sunday evening. Like I usually say on a Sunday. I don't know. I'll try to do an hour and we'll see how that goes. And then usually it's a 2-hour show. So we'll see how it goes. I have a lot of stuff to go over tonight. I made sure we had stuff. Stuff that some of it is, most of it is ufology, but some of it, I want to invoke some feelings out of you sometimes. And, I like to talk about just to touch on certain things that's happening in society. People talking about how men make more money than women for the same jobs, right? I like to talk about that stuff sometime. Not that the discussion would be 2 to 3 sentences long, 10 seconds, because it's already been proven it's not well, anyway, I like to talk about things that are in pop culture and society other than just UFOs. Sometimes for 5 minutes in a 2-hour show, I like to invoke your feelings. And that's why you're seeing some of the things lately, political stuff and, things I normally wouldn't play here because, to be honest, it can get quite boring in ufology. It might be my fault. I may be doing too many shows. And it's hard to come up with something new, but it really isn't anymore. I've got a system down, it works, and that's that. So we're going to talk about strangest UFO reports by the most credible people. Yeah. Anyways, what? What? How's that possible? Well, it's part of what we're going to talk about tonight. Ufology is in danger of losing all its credibility overnight. Everything that these people supposedly built up in the last 5 years could be just wiped away in one night, one day, 1 week, 1 minute. We're on very shaky ground right now, as far as I see ufology and the things that are being done to make a UFO. Scratch that. The things that I see done trying to make balloons into UFOs, mundane objects into UFOs for no reason now. It's really strange for no reason. It's the current state. It's the emotional state. It is all of the things that are going on happening at one time, and ufology feels it because everybody feels the effect of the changes in society. And when people try to rewrite history because they don't like what they see, they don't like what was said, Bob Lazar is now going to be deemed credible because there's one piece of evidence that they found, that may corroborate. Some guy said he saw him there. Who was that guy? Oh yeah, the security guard. Yeah, Bob Lazar, guy with glasses, and he wore a white shirt and he looked like a nerd. That's every guy going in that place over there. Sure, I knew Bob Lazar. Yeah, glasses, a pen pack, a holster for his calculator, and he had one of those watches that beeped. Yeah, I remember that guy. That's every guy that worked there. Come on. Let's do a little bit of coal roll. What? A little bit of roll call, I meant. I went to Pine Island today to do some two service and get a little bit of sun and to talk to people, and I did. But my camera. All right, I had to use my cell phone camera to record these people because I brought my Nikon with me. I brought the big boy with me today, and I said I'm gonna zoom into these islands that you can't see from where you're standing on the shore. I wanted to do that, and I also, wanted to interview people with the DSLR as well. So I had a little plan today. I go out there to see the distance and check it out, and I'm on the pier there, or the boardwalk. It's a real short thing, 20 steps. I turn on the camera, and it doesn't turn on. I press the button. Wait for the beep, no beep. I now cover it up in the sun. There's no red light. I charged it before I left the house. I checked it. Well, you must have accidentally turned. No, you can't accidentally turn it on. And if there's nothing happening after 5 minutes, it'll automatically shut off anyway. I don't know who it was that said there was a reason your batteries. That never happened before. Maybe there was something that stopped that. But anyway, so I no big deal, right? I got the old camera right here, and I used to use 2 cell phone cameras, but I brought the DSLR today because I really wanted to make it look beautiful, right? Even had a tripod, had the whole thing with me. I only brought this phone today, my phone, instead of the other phone, which is the Samsung that I kept. I didn't trade it in. I use it as a camera for other shots, and stuff like that. And I left it home because it's part of my security system. I figured, what do I need it for, right? This camera jitters. It does this. You guys have seen it when I've played the storms and other videos I have. it won't even, I can't even take any video at any, I tried everything. So I have to get a new phone tomorrow. Or I don't want to use the other phone, the Samsung. I mean, I need a new phone anyway. This one's 3.5 years old. But I love the camera. Now it doesn't work. I don't know why it doesn't work. It doesn't make any sense. It started not working when I was during the hurricane. First one. And I remember the camera would flutter. So that's what I got. I interviewed 3 people today, a husband, a wife, obviously. Actually, they were grandparents and they had their niece with them and talked to them. It was really cool underneath their little canopy they made with the little umbrella. It was a really good shot too. And I can't share it. Anyway, so be it. I got a tan a little bit. I was only out there for 90 minutes because once I found out the camera didn't work, I was like dejected. And I was only there an hour when I found out. I laid in the sun for an hour and then I went walking around, found a nice place, found some people, and I had the balls to get up. And I said, you mind if I ask you a question? That's all I did. So you seem like a nice family sitting here. Oh yeah, we're with our niece and she's visiting from Minnesota. Oh, sounds like you're from Minnesota. Oh yeah. We've been down here in Florida for the last decade. Oh, now I'm talking like English. I don't know what the frig. Anyway. Roll call. Rebecca, how you doing? Welcome to the show. Jeff Garvey, welcome to the show. David Wilcox as well. Welcome. Brian, welcome to the show. Jose Sanchez, the artist, welcome to the show. Zach Diecast Montu, welcome to the show. Dan Bob, welcome to the show. Davy Chains, welcome to the show. Argo Tanza, Giddy Up, welcome to the show. Jammer Travels, welcome to the show. Diane BOS, welcome to the show. Heck Zen. Alex, that's a cool profile picture. Frank Smith. Hey, man, how you been? Good to see you, eh? Hey. Alfie Joe Bob, what do you say? How do you be? Hi, Gina Marie. Welcome to GUFON. Stephen Greer's head is way too small for his body. No. Really? Let's take a look at that. Really? Let's see. No. I always thought his head was just right. I didn't think he had a look. Here, check it out. Great discussion topic. Greer's head, smaller than normal? You bet. Here, it looks like a normal head. Maybe, I guess it's a little, kind of like a penis with ears. I don't know. It's not nice, Rich. God forgive you. Here, hey, there it is. That's the real guy. Wait. Stephen, don't do a line. Stephen Greer, after doing a line of Schmush Kane. Stephen Greer played the Cocaine Bear. Guest starring Stephen Greer as Cocaine Bear. Who are these guys? This is me before, and this is me after the... What the hell happened to this guy? Oh my God. That's an improvement? Dude, you should have stayed like a regular dude. I like this dude better, right? Look what happened to this guy. I don't want to look like that. I don't think I'll ever look like that. That guy looks like he's 70. This guy looks like he's 40. 70, 40, I don't know. Sometimes it's good to have a little meat on your bones. Some people are made to have meat on their bones. I'm one of them. I look like a dead... Wait until you see the picture of me from January 1 of last year before I started working out again. I will show that picture. It's just embarrassing. It really is. In a few months, I will. Sky Allen, welcome to the show. I'm proud of it. It's a huge turnaround. You'll be like, oh, wow, you look like that? And then It does. I'm vain. I can't help it. My mother did this to me. Scott Archer, how you doing? Alien Outlaw, welcome to the show. Intergalactic Overhaul. What's up, fellas? And ladies. Intermix Hector. It's part of my life. I have to I talk about working out 'cause it's part of my life. I don't mean it in a way like, I'm better than you. Moody Mongol. Although I am. But I'm not going to say it out loud. I'm just being a ball chopper. All right, are you guys happy? You ready? If I didn't say your name, it doesn't mean I don't love you. Derek Kana, what's up, DC? Gina Marie Presley. That's who you are from now on. I know you don't like it, but maybe I'll change it. Magnolia V12. Good to see the V12 here. Brian A. Nathan. There he is. Ah, there they are. Nathan, Ben, and Tim. The three best guys on the internet. Right? No? Oh, they're close. They're in the top three. And then you got Wayne trying to sneak in there. Same with Aussie Tiger. What's up, fellas? Bernie Muro. Had a duty for A. Chris Rogers. What do you say there, Chief? How is everybody? Good? Sunday. All right, let's get the show going. Don't forget to get your box of Lantonios at your local food store. Lantonios. They're the new Cheerios. Right? What are they? Gonna have to try them out. I'll tell you what they are. Delicious. Just get a bowl of Lantonios, put a little 2% whole milk. I don't care if you even use 1% water milk. Go ahead. That 1%, it's like water milk. It really is. Have you ever had water milk? Like put ice cubes in water and then the ice melts, then you drink the top because you forgot you put the cubes in and it's all white, you didn't notice. And you're like, why does my milk taste like water? And it's like, oh yeah, the ice cubes melted and it just stayed on top. Water milk. Which is 1%. I remember when 1% came out, I'm like, that's half of 2%. It's crazy. I know, we did good math back then. Don't forget you can help support the show. We are a publicly supported channel. All the links are in the show description. You know where it is. All right, tonight we figured out Greer's head. It's the right size for his body. It just looks like an oblong shape. Like a penis with ears. We figured that out tonight. Thank you for that. I appreciate that. That really makes things a little clearer when I think of Greer. All right. Okay, now, this is not happening. See, I must have spent 90 minutes today setting up tonight's show. Getting clip after clip and I see half of what I did. Half. And I see the times from when I started. I see it. Look at that. No. See, I don't understand. There must have been a 30-second. There was 30 seconds where I grabbed like one clip after the other. It was like 5 or 6 clips. I don't see any of them here. I got ads for life insurance. I've got New York Times. I've got your Google Maps timeline. I got FeedSpot. But I don't have the stuff I got ready for tonight. Or all of it. It's very frustrating. This is happening more than just once. I mean, this is happening on a regular now. All right. I'm going to... let's just get going. Open it up with Russell Crowe. Russell Crowe. He told the world he saw a UFO over Sydney, Australia, and the media started to come alight. What Russell did not know is that there is a magnetic energy line passing through Sydney. And according to Bruce Cathy, who discovered how to find the location of these energy lines, UFOs travel along these energy lines, ley lines, they call them. And they're rather interesting. But remember when Russell Crowe? That was interesting, right? Yeah, Russell Crowe saw a UFO. And you know what else? You know who else with the same name, Russell? That's right. That's right. Who was the other guy with the name Russell? Russell. Who was the other guy? Who saw the UFO flying in the Phoenix, saw the Phoenix lights? Kurt Russell. Kurt Russell. You got Kurt Russell Crowe, if you want to play the word game. All right, I don't want to get anybody scared, but apparently the infrastructure is very weak. It is. And there are solar storms that could possibly take down our power grid. And believe it or not, I kind of believe some power is going to be affected. How much of it? Because we have a horrible, horrible infrastructure rating when it comes to our power plants and our electrical stations. We've got a D. A rating of a D on how bad our infrastructure is. This has to be important right here. Yep, it's Gary Henninger throwing down a $5 smoke 'em if you got 'em Cash App. Hey, I haven't seen a Cash App since February 23rd. Thank you very much, Mr. Henninger. That's a mucho gusto generoso thing. Way to start off the show with that. Thank you. Gary Henninger, a continuing supporter of GUFON. Yeah, that one came in loud. Let me lower that. It almost hurt the ears on my head. Not off, dillhole. Ah, potresala, bafangura, figabelle, buttana. Sorry. All right, here, let me play this. Just hear what the professionals have to say about it. I don't know what the hell I'm talking about.
GOSHEN prepping. Having the grid go down because of things like an EMP is obviously a concern, and it's actually something I hear about all the time when it comes to emails and messages to the channel. However, an EMP is not the only thing that can cause a grid to go down. A solar storm can do it too. And unfortunately, we're actually heading into a time when solar storms are absolutely on the rise, and this is a real possibility. But first, let's talk about solar storms. What damage could be caused by a massive solar storm? It could short out telecom satellites.
This was 2 days ago.
Communications, and of course, our big fear, power grids, leading to trillions of dollars in damages. And this actually happened once during recorded history. A solar event of a huge magnitude occurred in 1859. It's the largest geomagnetic storm in recorded history, causing the aurorae, which is the northern southern lights, to be visible around the world. But that's not the problem. This massive solar storm also caused damage, triggering telegraph malfunctions, giving operators electrical shocks, and causing some telegraph pylons to suddenly spark and catch fire. And we're talking about during the time when electricity is really just starting to go across the nation. There's barely any telephone poles up. And of course, the telephone poles were for telegraphs. And if it actually caused fires to break out with very minimal amount of lines, what could it be like today when we actually have power lines going all across the globe?
So I'll put the link to that in the show's description. After the show ends, we'll take a look and figure that out. That is a possibility. You know, I've been hearing about these solar events that are going to take down the whole East Coast. Right? Never happens. Never happens. You know how they say your phones, your GPS and all sorts of stuff is going to be possibly interrupted? I've never had that happen. Not that I know of. I've had my phone not be able to get a signal for 5 minutes. You know, you restart the phone thinking something happened, and then it usually works. Didn't work this time I did it, but I restarted it twice and it went back to picking up the signal. But sometimes you can't get a signal at home no matter where you go. And I don't know what that's about. Yeah. Anyway, our infrastructure is a whole big mess. What is this? Oh, sorry. I didn't get rid of that from last night. We can still hear John Lear on the moon bases. I get a crack out of that. We'll have to listen to some of that. Oh, I did. I forgot to put up the links to the videos I played last night. Damn it. Oh, I'm so sorry I forgot. Tom DeLonge. I don't know if you heard of this. I don't think I talked about this, but something weird just happened. Tom DeLonge claims that he has an official DoD document from a UFO program that shows telekinesis is a real ability. He says UFOs are from outside of time. Tom DeLonge, you know, the theologian. You know Tom DeLonge. I'm sorry, Tom DeShlong. Oh, that's so mature. It is. It is. I like Tom DeLonge. Not as a person, but I like that he tried. I like that he gave it a shot. Right? That would be like anybody who just started researching UFOs and decided they want to come up with a company, and you're getting whisked away by the all-star team of the FBI, CIA, DOD, NSA. You know, you're getting the best of the best secret holders on your team, and then you wonder why it didn't work out after 5 years. Because you were a dreamer. See, that's where Lou Elizondo becomes a hypocrite. Not that we know the whole story. I don't know the whole story, why that he left. Remember, he was unhappy. Things weren't going the way he thought they should. And they weren't. He's right. Elizondo was right. He was right to leave. Absolutely, he was right to leave. He should have never joined. Should have never joined. It was like a dream. It's like it never happened at this point. But he didn't like the way Tom DeLonge, I guess, was so maybe, hey, we gotta try. Hey, maybe we should, you know. Let's just try. Just try. You know, I could see Tom DeLonge having that kind of gung-ho where everybody else sitting there knows it ain't gonna go past the door, you know. But here's Tom DeLonge like, we just gotta do it. And everybody else is like, can't. It's not. It won't. Then what are we doing it for if it can't, not, won't? I don't know. I guess we're trying to get money for this new office. What? Nothing. So Tom DeLonge, oh, look what they have to do. I hate this. Oh, the former lead vocalist. He's still the guy, isn't he? Of Blink 189. Let's see. His interest at a young age. Roswell. Tom's DeLonge research led him to conclude that UFOs are real. I want to research. During a podcast with Daniel P. Carter at BBC's Rock One Radio, DeLonge disclosed that he had a secret official Pentagon document from a UFO program that shows telekinesis is a real ability. He believes that telekinesis has been proven in the lab and that the consciousness precedes matter. And once we discover that, life is going to get very interesting. He suggests that we have the ability to heal ourselves and create new types of sciences and engineering tweets. Huh? Who gives a shit about creating tweets? The frig is that? He also believes that telepathy is going to be part of it, and that they have found an area of the brain, in the brain, that they believe is where telepathy happens. He thinks that once people accept all of the stuff that they have been talking about, it's going to change the world. Below is a transcript of his conversation with Carter. I always tell people there is a really cool document that I have that was a part of the UFO program where they were studying a kid in China who can move objects with his mind. He's around 10 years old, so they wanted to figure out how that's possible, and they recreated it in a lab. I have the whole Department of Defense document, Tom says, and it goes through it and says they were able to put a piece of paper in a glass jar, screw the lid on it, and move the paper through the lid, and then 6 feet across the floor, all with their mind. 100 people can do this. Only 10 have mastered it, and it was just wild. Excuse me. Let me get this straight. Only 100 magicians can do this, but 10 are real. Oh, I get it. He believes that 10% of the 100. All right. Yeah, that's nice. Isn't he nice? That's nice. He's a real believer, that Tom guy. Like, we saw that Russian lady, remember growing up, we all saw her, and she's got the newspapers are going, and the phone book's floating, and she's got the glass cube over the stick with the pencil on it. And it's going to fall over, but she's making it stay still. Look, oh, she did that. No, yeah. How about the lack of proof? See, they put that cube on a table, and the table's not, there was an enclosement. It was enclosed. No, it was a fish tank. That's what it was. Yeah, of course, there's imperfections in the glass. They probably even drilled a tiny hole in one of the mildewy spots so nobody can see it. And then when she's sitting there blowing stuff through her nose, they should have put a clothespin on her nose. They didn't. That little air pocket's going to get a little bit of booger wind. And that booger wind is going to move shit in the glass. There's no way. What was her name? Karakova? Julie Finnegan? Not buying it. Magicians have been doing it for years. And how about the mind freak people? You know those guys? What are they called? They're really good at that. What is that called? They're really good at freaking you out. Like they can read, like they can take a dollar bill from your pocket, hold it without opening it up, and read all the numbers, the serial numbers on it. It's like, how do they do that? I know it's a trick. I know. Oh, I just had the name. No, not illusionist, not sensationalism. No, not skull foogers. They're mind something. They're mentalists. Mentalists. That's what they are. I'm gonna do an impression of Andre the Giant. You see him here? This is my impression of Andre the Giant. Right here. Oh, the screen changed. Never mind. Can't do it. Nope, not doing it. Didn't work out the way I wanted. I'm gonna be a baby. Well, DeLong's just a child in a man's body. I've always said that. What is he like? He's running around like, what is it? Abandonment? What are they? I don't know. Unabated to the quarterback? What is it? I don't know. But he's just like a bowl in a china shop. A bowl in a china shop. That's what I thought people used to say. A bowl in a china shop. Made sense, but not a bowl. A bowl in a china shop. Well, that's a little different. All right. I've got to show you this. Let's go back a few years. You have got to see what the Unexplained show is doing with the most ridiculous thing that has happened to the world. Remember the monoliths? Remember the monoliths? Remember the monoliths. Watch. I'm going to play this and risk it all right here for you. This is unbelievable. We all know what happened, right? We all know about the monolith.
The remote sandstone canyons of the Coultits tracking sheep they come upon a gleaming 12-foot tall.
Now, mind you, this is a few years after it's been debunked. And they're acting like this is a legitimate
metal monolith.
It's just a completely unearthly image.
But you know, who is this person? Vox News? Constance Grady? Constance Grady? Never heard of her. Why is she even talking about my monoliths? You know? Third Phase of Moon was like, they got an interview with the pilots that actually were there and were on the news. They talked to the guy 2 days later. That was crazy. That was fun.
This incredibly remote place where...
This was a fun time. I have to admit, this might have been probably one of the funnest times I've ever had in this field when the monoliths came out. I don't know. It was just, there was some other things going on. We had the jetpack guy, you know, and there were people were arguing, and Elizondo was threatening people. It was a good time. Good time. Huh? Who? Oh. I didn't even see the supers. I'm sorry. I'll get to them in a second. Here we go. In 3, 2, super. Intergalactic overhaul. Intergalactic overhaul with the $2 Do Andre, may he rest in peace. GBY. I don't know if I can do it. Hold on, let me see. Yeah, I can do it. This is Andre the Giant saying, how are you today? You ready? All right. How are you today? Perfect. So on point. Thank you for the $2 Intergalactic Overhaul Super Chat. Mucho gusto, Generoso. Told you it was good. Atlantis is found, AIF. Check your other Super Chats. My video is exactly the topic you are talking about, and it's only 50 seconds. Check the other Super Chats. Hold on. All right, here we go. Super. Here we go. Let's go to the beginning. We had Intergalactic Overhaul, first up, $2. Chris Rogers with the GBP, $2 Super Chat. Bernie Muro. Oh, these are before the show tonight. $2. Atlantis. Thank you, Bernie. I think I said that. Atlantis is found. Did you see my video clip I sent you, me men demonstrating of moving things with our power? No, I haven't. I haven't checked any emails in 2 days. It'll be 2 days today, but I'll check it later. I just haven't. Thank you for the $5 there. Intergalactic with the Do Andre, may he rest in peace. And then Atlantis. And then Paula Faust. And that's it. Thank you. Atlantis is found. I will check the video, see if I can squeak it in here. But I don't like to do that during the show because it slows everything down. So I'll check it and get it for tomorrow, most likely. Most likely. Paula, thank you. Oh, it's very nice. $2. Oh, it's hot. That's a super dono. Thank you, Paula. Fantastic. I appreciate it. Thank you, Paula Faust. Thanks. Mucho gusto, Generoso. You need a garbled French accent. Yeah, I never do French. I took French in school too. It's a silly language. It's not that hard, really. It's not attractive. You know why I took French and I took typing, because I thought there would be hot girls in the class. 2 of the best classes I ever took. It's the only reason. But back to this monolith, during this time, and I remember it as if it was 2 years ago, everybody who was within 3 years, 5 years of ufology at that time was saying, this is it. This is what we're waiting for, right? This is a sign. Do you know how many of these showed up the following 6 weeks after this first one was found? 200. There were 200 monoliths worldwide popping up in all sorts of places. Check this out, man. It's wild. Oh, yeah. Check this out, though.
To get anything out there, let alone a 12 feet tall slab of metal. But what's very weird about it is, using Google Earth satellite imagery, they eventually figure out that it has been there for 4 to 5 years without being discovered.
The sighting of this odd metal...
How could it have been there? Look, I know it's big. 4 to 5 years is a long time in that part of the world where supposed ecologist people, I don't know what they are, what they do. They count the herd of wild animals as best they can to, determine how populations are expanding or decreasing over time. Don't you think they would have come across this thing out of 1,300 days? Not once. Until then, it's been there for... No, I don't know if I buy that. I could see it being there 3 months. But for 4 years, those guys just aren't doing their job if they're sheep counting over there, whatever it was. No way.
Sighting
Watch.
Of this odd metal monolith.
There for nothing.
Looking like some kind of otherworldly portal was a shot heard round the world. In some regards, it was not a monolith because...
Lith means rock, right. So the thing is, what they do in this video, because I can't play much more of it, they say that the reason this is happening is because it's always been happening. For thousands and thousands of years, people have been making things that look like this shape and not signing their name to it. Nobody knows why or who put them there. And they bring up this narrative that that's what's happening now. We have people doing the same thing that we've been doing for thousands of years, erecting these monoliths to the stars. But why? Or for who? Cha-ching! Here's another episode in the bank. That's what they did. That's what they said. We're just keeping up. People are just... They act like it's a secret cult that's doing it and has been doing it. But who gives a shit if there's no message involved? Yeah, they may have been putting up these monoliths for thousands of years, but for why? For who? For what?
Lith means stone, and this is a metal thing.
Duh.
But still, it attracted everyone's eyes. I think part of it was the mystery. How did it get there?
Jeez, and then they say, oh, it's really impossible to get it there on just a thing. There's no way anybody could have done that. It's impossible. No, it was possible. That was fun. Look, Poland.
As similar monoliths started...
It's California.
All over the world.
To get Turkey. I love Turkey. I love it in the morning.
By this monolith in the Utah desert.
She has small hands.
Started copycatting from that.
Look at this: Spain, California, Sweden, It's fantastic. Look at the shapes there. All the people coming out with their artistic renderings. This is fantastic. This could be from a Sweden type of alien. This could be a California alien. And illegal. And this one come, I don't know, from Atlantis. I don't know, but it's fantastic. We don't know what these mother... That's it. That's the mystery. And that is the evil that men do on the monolith. That's the monolith, everybody. Remember how fun that was? That was a lot of fun. I had a lot of fun back then. A guy says he had a heart attack and went to hell in 2016. You want to hear what he saw? It wasn't good. It was great. I would have loved to have been this guy. Listen to this. He was a priest. He said he briefly went to hell. He saw men walking like dogs and heard demons singing Rihanna songs. That's it. That's where I stopped reading. Why would I even continue on? Why? Why would anybody continue reading this article? Oh, because there was a priest? That's interesting. A demon, a priest. Let's read on for shits and G's. While many of the most publicized near-death experiences are more positive than this journey to hell, negative NDEs also occur. In 2016, a Michigan-based priest named Gerald Johnson suffered a heart attack. He says he had a near-death experience that sent him somewhere he never thought he'd visit. Hell! Recently, Johnson took to TikTok to share the details of his traumatic near-death experience. Far from the kind of warm, bright light epiphany you might expect to hear from someone who temporarily ventures into the great beyond. I wouldn't wish it on my worst enemy, Johnson recounts in the viral video. I don't care what he did to me. No one deserves that. Johnson says that immediately after his heart attack in February of 2016, his spirit left his physical body and went down to hell, entering through the very center of Earth. Though he says, the things I saw there are indescribable. He did his best. Continue reading. Click here. Johnson claims he saw a man walking on all fours like a dog, a mutt, a mongrel, and getting burned from head to toe. His eyes were bulging, and worse than that, he was wearing chains around his neck. He was like a hellhound. There was a demon holding the chains. It was awful. Sounds like a little bit of role-playing in hell. Sounds like fun to me. What's wrong with him? Johnson also heard music in hell, including Rihanna's Umbrella and Bobby McFerrin's Don't Worry, Be Happy, traditionally upbeat tunes. Only this time, demons were singing the songs to torture people. Johnson says his hellacious near-death experience made him realize he needed to forgive people who had wronged him instead of hoping for their punishment. Maybe Johnson's story sounds far-fetched to you, but scientists say that while many of the most publicized NDEs have a positive spin, negative NDEs certainly occur too. The experts just aren't entirely sure how or why. Well, researchers, especially those from the International Association for Near-Death Studies, believes NDEs most likely happen due to a change in blood flow to the brain during sudden life-threatening events like a heart attack, blunt force trauma, or even shock. As your brain starts losing blood and oxygen, the electrical activity within the brain begins to power down. Like a town that loses power, one neighborhood at a time. Local regions of the brain go offline, one after the other. During an NDE, your mind is left to keep working, but without its normal operational parameters. Whether simply an oxygen shortage, some sort of anesthesia, or neurochemical response to trauma, as hypothesized, the NDE leaves those who experience it with a real, sometimes traumatic memory. We may not know how that memory happened, and unlike Johnson and his trip to hell, Victims may not want to recount it ever again, but it could change their life. Here with me now is Gary P. Nolan. The P is not for professor. It is for... Exactly. Gary, what do you think of this experience that a supposed, well, not supposed, a priest briefly went to hell? Well, shut up, Gary. We've heard these stories before, but to me, this one sounds like it was a priest a little bit biased towards what heaven and hell are supposed to be, and boy, does he hate Rihanna. And we'll be back with another story from hell. That was a good one from hell. Thank you, hell. How about this, all right? 20 things. This is for the ladies. 20 things women do to men, but don't realize it's sexual harassment. That's not what I thought this was. Wait a second. 20 things? I thought there were 5 things in the thing I clicked on. Oh. Oh, I see what they're doing. Oh, okay. Let's have a little fun with this one. Yeah, this is different. I didn't know what this... I didn't do this. The one thing I clicked was something else that had... Maybe it'll pop up here, and then we can do them both. I always like these things because we have some women in here, not a lot. You know, it's 85 to 15%, 85 male to 15%. That seems to be a little higher here, like 70-30. But I always think it's interesting because I've stayed away from relationships on purpose because I don't think I can give myself to somebody who deserves more than what I would probably give them. So I've kept myself out of the game. But women... And I don't know where we're going in here because this thing says 20 things women do to men but don't realize it's sexual harassment. I can't tell you how many times I've been and have had conversations at work. It's talked about almost exclusively every place I've ever worked, except for 2. And those were extremely reputable places. Go figure. So let's see what women do that are sexual harassment. A recent viral thread on Reddit asked an important question. What is harassment according to men? But most women do not realize. Here are some of the most interesting answers, and you sure are welcome to add yourself. Hair touching. Among the most popular answers was this man's statement. As a guy, just because I have... Oh, I don't know what he's saying. Hair touching. See, I don't like the way it cuts us off. Hair touching. As a guy, just because I have long hair doesn't mean you can walk up to me and run your hands through it when I don't even know you. Yes! Yes! Women have done that, right, guys with long hair? I used to have long hair. Yes! But guys, we loved it. That's why it's not sexual harassment. And that isn't sexual harassment if a guy likes it. But nowadays, you don't know what's a man or a woman. You put your hand through a hair and out come a squirrel. But that's a good one. Oh, women, see, if we did that to you, can you imagine if I went up to, I don't know, anybody, Shelly, I walk up to and I just... Man, your hair is just, God, it smells so good. It's beautiful. What is that? Is that Prel? That has to be Prel. That's good. You would be like, what are you doing? Touch my hair. I work on my hair for 3 hours and he hits it. What's that? I can't play it now. What's the next one? That's true. Taking someone's clothes without permission. You know, I've never had that done. And I've never done it to anybody. That's something that's made up on TV, isn't it? No? I've never ever left anything behind to come back. Let's try another one. What's under the kilt? A Scottish Reddit user wrote, every wedding and funeral I have ever been to as a Scotsman, there are a few gaggle of horny grannies who at every opportunity try to get a look under the kilt. That's a bad one. What's this? Men put up with harassment out of fear. A person described their partner's experience. The man had a job interview and the interviewer was an older woman. She kept touching him, but he didn't want to make a scene because she might accuse him of harassment in retaliation, and she had his information, the poster concluded. Men put up with harassment out of fear too. I never have. I never, ever, ever did any inappropriate touching while on the clock. Off the clock, yeah. Grabbing a guy is, yes, you know what? After a while, it gets old. Like I haven't, of course, I'm when I was a lot bigger, women, and I'm not even joking, some guys would too. They would always touch my calves or my quads because I had, like I said, I had extremely nice legs, and people would always try to touch my calves, and guys would come up and, you know, punch the side of my thigh. Hey man, you working out? I'm like, what the why are people groping me? You know, ask, hey, you think I could touch that? I've never touched anything that looks like that. That to me looks like something I want to touch. You just can't go touching it, ladies. You got to ask. Not me, but you know, pussies out there. I don't care. Like, to me, I want women touching me. I am not offended at all by any of this. Because as a man, we do put up with it because we think it's going to lead to something. That's the only reason. And if the only way we can get that kind of activity is to let you touch us whenever you walk by, or, you know, we'll take what we can get. That's what it is. Guys are desperate. We are denied women from day one. Denied. Let me change the word denied to rejected by women from day one. I don't care who you are, how good looking you are, how much money you have, although times have changed, money changes everything. Guys get turned down. And that's why women don't understand why guys have a hard time talking to them. It's because we've been shot down so much. We're afraid. We're afraid we say one thing that's going to sound stupid, or by accident we say something silly, or, you know, it doesn't make sense. You're going to think, well, we're thinking that you're thinking this guy's an idiot. It sucks. Guys get turned down 100 to 1. If I was to go out there and ask 100 women, how many of them to go to sleep, obviously, how many would say yes? 0, probably. They may be thinking, yeah, but I can't do it, you know, right now, because he'll think I've done this act over 40 times already. Well, yeah, at this age, and I'm stealing from Bill Burr again, but yeah, at this age, of course I expect you to be with people. Who cares? Who cares if it's 1 or 1 million? Well, 1 million. 100. HR does not take men seriously. That's not sexual harassment. Oh, that's it? Oh, there we go. Harassed by a girlfriend's friend. That's happened before. A couple times. It's happened with twin sisters. Not all guys are after one thing. Oh, not all guys are after one thing, because most women think that. Hey, let me correct that. Before 35 to 40 years old, it's all about that. It is. Every guy is after one thing. Pretty much. But as you get older, it flips on you overnight. It's weird. It flipped on me early, like around 30-ish. That's why I got married at 36, 34, something like that. But, okay, I'll give you an example. About a year and a half ago, I met somebody through the show. Nobody who's here now, you wouldn't even know. And it was a younger girl, a lot younger. And then I found out she lied about how old she was, which made her 4 or 5 years younger. But we had nothing in common. Nothing. Every conversation was the same. What'd you do today? Da-da-da-da. What'd you do today? Da-da-da-da-da. Oh, did you hear about this on the news over in Iran? No, I don't watch the news. Okay. So what kind of music you listen to? Oh, this, that, and the other thing. What about you? I can't get away from what I grew up with. All I do is listen to some new stuff and old stuff. But anyway. So, what's new? I mean, there was nothing to talk about. This person didn't know anything about history. They didn't know where they were going in the future. They didn't know how to talk. It was just totally bad. So there's a divide. There's a divide. I think when you get to a certain age, it is so hard to find somebody that that can put up with you, I guess. I don't know. Anyway, let's get back to UFOs. Alien scientist is saying, I think I've done a better job than any of you clowns at exposing these technologies. Yet I get zero credit or recognition for that work, even though I have expert scientists on who make Mick West look like a total amateur video game programmer. And he was replying to Stephen Greenstreet, who tweeted, a brutal deconstruction from Mick West of the wild claims of Uncertain Vector and Marco Rubio that otherworldly UFOs using technology we cannot explain are flying in our skies. Much needed logic and reason within a clown circus that lacks both. So that's why Alien Scientist is saying, I've done more than these guys have done combined, and I'm not getting any credit for it. That's sad. And I said, you don't need to reply to me, but I appreciate the work you do. If you aren't licking the boots of the all-knowing, all-showing puppet master, no mainstream media for you. I hate the politics and these lying snowflakes at the helm who hold people like you back because they want all the glory. Why aren't they? And I'm pretty sure Alien Scientist reached out to them to have them talk about it on his show, because that's what he does. But I didn't even know. I mean, I know he's working on stuff, but wouldn't it be nice if somebody looked around the community to see what some people are actually doing? But they don't care about the public. We know that, because the public is stupid. The public is stupid according to them. This is really strange. I just did a show yesterday about abductions and sleep paralysis. And the New York, talking about REM sleep, the New York Times has an article out today that says REM sleep is magical. Here's what researchers know. And this is really a good article. I started reading it and then I stopped because I had to do something. But, and I'm not a subscriber. Shit. I used to be. Yeah, but that is REM sleep. Yeah, I should have gotten into it a little more. I should have. I didn't get into it that good that night. I'm sorry. I'm a loser. Did you know China conducted a secretive spacewalk ignoring international norms? Like contempt for transparency? Yeah. And did you know that the U.S. flew, I think it was 2 Raptors through Taiwan airspace yesterday? What the hell's going on? What the hell's going on? You know? Yeah. This makes me laugh. Did we play this already? I think I did. You know what? I'm feeling it. Yeah.
Relationship between humans and these other civilizations.
Yeah.
And here I want to put a button on this. When we detonated the first atomic bomb and the subsequent ones, when those go off, everybody knows what an electromagnetic pulse is. What they don't know is that there's an attending so-called scalar or longitudinal wave that is faster than the speed of light that disrupts the fabric and communication and propulsion guidance systems of extraterrestrial vehicles. This is why they came in huge force in the 40s and 50s. And this is why every single atomic and nuclear weapon storage facility, processing plant and base and ship has been surveilled by these ET vehicles, because when those things are used, it's like tearing the fabric of space-time. Huge mistake.
It's time. Let me play this for you. It is time! We're a little late, but I2TA Into Thin Air brings us some more epic news and strange occurrences happening around the globe, our solar system, and beyond. Here is I2TA with today's earthquake and solar storm warning.
All right, everybody. I hope you're having a good Sunday. It is March 5th, 2023, and we have some very interesting stuff to take a look at, including the multiple large solar flares, one including an X-class solar flare that was literally just days away from smashing into Earth, which was certainly a very close call, meaning that this thing was just a day and a half away from launching all that X-class energy directly at the planet. Now, before we get into this incredible sun anomaly, whatever it may be, it's very, very interesting. I want to discuss just how close we were to being hit by a major solar flare, and also the very real potential of the incoming sunspots that are already showing a massive amount of activity, meaning that we might be in the direct crosshairs of one of these large X-class flares, which could absolutely, and has happened in the past, cause major disruptions on this planet. As I've said said in many other videos, that includes massive global radio blackouts and has been scientifically proven to cause large earthquakes. And for those of you that have followed this channel, we've shown dozens and dozens of different situations where these solar flares that are Earth facing that then impact the Earth have been directly related to some of the largest earthquakes we've seen. Now, to give you a quick idea of what I mean, these sunspots here that each have a number to them are all capable of producing these solar flares, X-class flares, you name it. But one in particular, this one right here that I've been showing you in the previous animations, is the one we are very much looking at right now. And it's showing a ton of activity as it makes its way towards the center of the sun, which would cause what we call an Earth-facing eruption. So that is the issue we're looking at right now, as this thing is showing massive activity, just like this sunspot named 3243 is the one that gave off that X-class and large M-class solar flare as it began to turn away from Earth, which is why I showed you this Enlil spiral chart that shows just how close we were to getting hit by this. So in a nutshell, my friends, what I'm saying here is that we nearly got hit by this X-class flare, all while we have not one active but multiple sunspots making their way towards Earth facing, which could easily produce the same exact effect, but this time directly at us. So not only are we going to be under those specific conditions where we see the radio blackouts and things of that nature, cell phone interruptions, but we are certainly going to be in an earthquake watch for the next at least 5 to 6 days. And that is absolutely something I'm going to continue to cover as these regions of the sun begin to turn towards the Earth, and all we can do is wait and see what happens. Alright, and I'm sure many of you were very curious about what we saw in the beginning of this video, so during my research of this solar activity, I found yet another very odd anomaly that popped up in front of our sun that is easily comparable to a lot of the other anomalies we've seen over time. And I've gotten hundreds of comments asking me to show people exactly how I find these things, and unfortunately also to show people that I'm not faking them. So we are here on a website called helioviewer.org. This gives us every single view of the sun, every camera, the SDO, the LASCO, you name it, in very high def version. So as you could see here, the measurement we're on is 131 angstroms. You can control that over here in the observation data table. And if you look closely, you could see the anomaly right there. I have the Earth comparison right there because this thing is clearly in front of the sun. But let's zoom in here and take a very close look at this object. Now, this is by far one of the more defined ones I've ever seen. I've captured many things just like this. Again, for those of you that follow me, you know I cover these things extensively, and nobody knows what these are. They've been covered by many different UFO researchers, anomaly researchers, you name it. And outside of continuing to find these objects, there has been no legit answer to.
I'm trying to think if I have an answer. Doesn't it look like these lines that are drawn on here, like, doesn't it, maybe they're drawn like they have a ruler and they want to block out some things? I don't know. This one in the green is weird. Let me finish it up.
What these might be. And again, I hesitate to call them craft because I simply don't know, but how can you not look at these things and wonder what they must be? And very quickly, I want to show you that these things literally pop up in just a single frame.
And it looks like it's digitized, like it's faked. It's not. But I think these are just particles. X-ray particle, right? Isn't that what this probably is most likely? It is the gamma rays and all the rays from the sun. And what's happening is it's the same thing that happens when we go to space. And you see these, you see your neurons or something looks like there's lights going around. And there isn't. It's even if you close your eyes, you're getting the radiation and you can see it light up. And that's what I think we're seeing here. It's affecting the cameras. They're out there all the time with, I don't know how much protection they have, but I'm sure it can't block out all of the harmful rays that are coming from the sun because it has to look at it. It's got to be an opening for the iris. So there's that opening. And I think that's what somebody explained to me a long time ago, and I just remembered it. But they just dart They're just random. And it's hitting the electronics. I know. I saw that too, Shelley. That's crazy, right? Crazy. I don't know. Anything can live anywhere, I'm assuming. Maybe they are. Maybe there's a whole city on the sun. Sun City. There is a Sun City in Phoenix, in Arizona. What's this? Richie, it's a craft. Okay. Gamma radiation is just high. Well, you know what I mean. Gamma ray. What are the other rays? Infraray. FLIR. I'm messing with you guys. What's this? Shirts off, soup spicy? One day we'll do a shirt off show. Everybody. Now, can you imagine? There's like 10 of us sitting up here. Women too, with all our shirts off. That'd be weird. I don't know if I'd like it. I like to have a little imagination. I think we should all be clothed. Thank you, Into Thin Air. I2TA throwing down the fun in the sun. Oh, we're not done. We're not done.
That's how fast they're moving.
Stupid.
That's how the time lapse works.
Are we? How old? Oh, this is 8 minutes. What else is coming up? Oh, you're talking about this thing for a minute. All right. Well, you guys can watch the rest of that on I2TA. The link will be in the show description as soon as the show's over. So you guys can watch the rest of it and any other videos that are over there at I2TA. It's a great channel. So much crazy stuff that he finds. I don't know how you do it. All right. Wait a second. Den Bub throwing out a $7. The usual $7 from Den Bub. Den Bub coming to a grocery store near you. Den Bub, fresh beef from dead cows. Den Bub. What is a Den Bub? I don't know. I got nothing. Thank you, Den Bub, for the $7 Canadian coin. It's a super dono, folks. The best a man can get. Gillette. Gillette is good. Hey, thanks, Den Bub. Mucho gusto, Generoso. Hey, I thought I saw you here earlier. Cashew Gesundheit. You all right? All right. Good to see you. It's been a minute. Hey, Hellfire. I was oiled up today. Let me show you. Oh, no, I couldn't sell anything. I'm the worst salesman. No, I'm actually pretty good. But I don't have that. I don't have this. When I get confident at selling something, yeah, I guess I'm good. Yeah, you're right. I could sell anything if I know how to sell, if I know what I'm selling, if I know the product, if I get all the rebuttals and I know all the things. I'm going to show you the video from today. Let's see if it got transferred over yet. Well, I have video driving down there. It did show some. Did it? Yeah, here's some of it. Oh, I got some video that showed up. Oh no, they're shaky. Yeah, they're doing it too. It was a nice girl. This girl had an unbelievable body. I had to get a picture. I shot the camera right at it. I didn't hide anything. She knew. She was wearing a G-string. She looked naked from 100 feet away. She looked naked. Some body, though. It's amazing. She was with her grandma and grandpa. Oh, shh. Let's see if I could show you this. This one here. Oh, wow. I didn't realize that was going to pop up there. This was on the way. All right. See? We are almost at Pine Island. It is 5 minutes to 10. I said I'd be here at 10. Stay here till noon. but this is the last leg of the drive. I've shown this before, but today it looks especially beautiful for some reason. I've got the Gulf right over there. The sun's only been up for maybe 2 hours, 3 hours actually, but it's still a little bit, I wouldn't say foggy, but there's a thin layer of ocean cloud in the area, or Gulf cloud, whatever. I don't know what the speed limit is here. I think it's 50, but I always respect it here because it's a very small community, and these people barely survived the hurricane this year. That I think Ian was the one. But I'll be talking to people today, trying to get some content for the channel, so we could also see what people think about UFOs. I'm going to be walking around with my Nikon on my neck today to draw attention to myself. Shirtless and tan, I am the cameraman. I am putting myself on the line today for the greater good, which is ufology. Isn't it? Yeah. Okay, I'll be checking in very soon. Oh, you want to go? No, I'll check back in. Let's pause it here. Okay. We're now coming up on the final turn into where we're going, and over to the right. Now look what I have to get behind. Watch this. Watch what happens. Guess what happens? You'll never guess what happens.
Very beautiful, quiet community. There you go. Oh, it is wicked out there today. Oh, yeah, I'm glad I brought the Nikon. We're going to see things today we never saw before. The last time I was here, I zoomed out into the ocean very far as I could go on a phone, which was 10 times optical zoom, and I didn't realize it, but you can't see it with the naked eye, but there's a series of islands way out there that you just can't see. I got a bicycler right here in front of me. It's okay, it's 15 miles an hour.
A bicycler? Isn't it a bicyclist?
10.
A cyclist? Cyclist.
But we won't pass them.
10 points. I was thinking the same thing. I should have said it though. Jeanette.
I mean, he is going only 10 miles an hour.
The best a man can get. Oh, that's Gillette. I'm sorry. It could be Jeanette.
We're almost to the deadline.
Thanks, Jeanette.
To the deadline?
To
the end line, you schmohawk.
Talking about it. Thank you very much. I have to look people in the eyes and say thank you. Thank you very much. It's very generous again. You just continued it on from yesterday. So, or the day before. I can't remember. Everything runs together. But that is very nice. It's a super dono. And I know I love you. It's pure love, everybody. I know. It was immediate. It was quick. We just happened to get along. I don't know what it is, Jeanette. I don't know what it is. I have an Aunt Jeanette. She passed, but she was fun. Every Jeanette I've ever met has been a very upbeat person. Our Aunt Jeanette's fun, and Joanne's are fun. I like Joanne's and Jeanette's. It's something with the J. The J's a good letter. Juicy. Juicy. Juicy Smoulier. Jesse Smoulier, remember that? But yeah, Jeanette's a good name. I bet you're probably fun. Probably cool to hang out with. But I'm not flirting. Is there a picture? Is there a picture? How could I'm flirting with the moon. I'm just saying, I like the name. See, that's how you know I'm a cool guy, because I still say the same things even though I can't see you. See? Not you, Jeanette. Them. They don't care. They think every time I spend more than a few seconds on a woman, super chat, picture, whatever. Oh, he's going after her, you know. I'm sorry, I'm not. I do it with the guys. If you really focus on the show and see what I do, everybody gets the same amount of time eventually. It's true. I know what I'm doing. I do it on purpose. Yeah. I'm just that kind of guy. I like to get around, all right? Thank you, Jeanette. Between you and I, you and me. I'm trying so hard to impress you, Jeanette. I don't. Why am I trying to impress Jeanette? I'm not. I'm just playing games. Stop it. All right, let's get back to work. Oh, I was going to say something else, too. All right. It's not important.
He's going to let me pass. I'm not sure. He's a terrible bike rider, though. And it's double yellow lane, so I can't pass.
Alien girl!
If I wanted to.
Howdy doody, fresh and fruity.
Cop, right? I don't want to. I'm respecting the law. Yeah. We only got about a quarter of a mile to go.
And that guy has it on like speed number 8, too, on a 10 speed.
They're starting to pile up.
Look how fast he's pedaling, and he's only going 7 miles an hour.
Yeah. Thanks for that, Slick Nuts. Just inconsiderate. It is. It's inconsiderate.
Like, why couldn't he move over for me, you know?
All right, I'm pulling up.
Well, there's 5 cars behind me now.
Here, so I'll be back.
What's up, buddy? Beautiful. As soon as I get there, man, it was active.
It's humanity, man. We're just trying to get along on this blue friggin' rock. Nobody knows. Nobody gave us instructions. We're just following what feels right. That's it. I gotta find a spot.
You didn't hear what I said. That was funny. But it's true, man. You see, that was a sign to me. I took that as a sign. That guy singing. I don't know what it was, but when I saw him there singing, I just had to slow down. For me, it said something like, because I've never seen anybody doing that there. Not even close. You know, people are throwing frisbees and balls and, you know, I mean, nobody's playing their guitar there. Actually, I don't even see anybody there with the drone or a camera as many times as I've been to Pine Island. I'm the only one who goes down there with a camera. But anyway, I thought it was interesting. It reminded me of Contact. Do you remember when Jodie Foster and everybody, they were going to the machine? And then there was the crowds of people. And then you saw the Gary Busey's son, you know, the guy with the teeth who blew up the consortium thing. That's what they called it. Yeah, that's what it reminded me of. He's out there preaching like this, like Corbell, but this guy had a guitar, and it was like I was coming in to a place where it was going to be very peaceful, and it wasn't. It was far from it. It was the worst today. I only stayed there an hour and 40 minutes. I didn't even stay there 2 hours. It was just so loud. There were kids. There was too many of them. It was like, why are you doing this? I don't understand why you're bringing your kids to this beach. There's no reason for them to be in the water. Shark! Shark! That's what I should have done, right? Shark! We've seen shark out there. I have it on video with the dolphins. That's right. We had the helicopter fly over. That's right. That was a year ago almost. That was in April. I can't believe it was a year ago I was there. So the next place I'm going to, the beach, I mean. I don't know, I may go tomorrow or the next day. Clear water. But I want to get people on video. That was the goal. I got three shaky videos. Can't even see them. They won't even show up on the screen. I already tried. I wanted to see if there was a way I could freeze frame it just to prove it. It won't even let me. Just black. Well, that's racist. Shut up. All right. When the truth finally comes out, You ready? Ridiculous and insane. When the truth finally comes out. You ready? I told you things are gonna be really bad this year. But I don't want you to hear it from me. I want you to hear it from the professionals that you follow.
Listen to this BS.
America is going to reach its borrowing limit sometime later this year. Obviously, the United States government is spending more money than it is taking in. Are you willing to consider any spending cuts? Will Democrats accept anything other than a completely clean bill to raise the debt ceiling?
Spend more money.
Let's look back at the Inflation Reduction Act, where
Let's blame Republicans.
Put in place $1.7 trillion in deficit reduction.
Wait for it.
How many votes did we get from the Republican side of the aisle? 0.
Those were tax increases,
That is
right?
how
Not
serious-
spending.
Oh,
just to be
gonna
precise.
Tax us more. That's how you're going to reduce the deficit.
That's it.
You're going to take more money from us.
That's right.
Yeah.
But that is, it isn't tax increases. It
Listen.
is tax enforcement.
It's tax enforcement. Sorry. My bad. I told you. They're rewriting the meaning of the words we speak. They already changed the definition after it's been in place for 50 years or something. They just changed the definition of what inflation is. Because they don't want to look like they caused this inflation to happen. So they just changed it on Wikipedia. I can't believe it. I know, they're ridiculous. It's a joke. We're living in bizarro world, I'm telling you. I'll be surprised if we make it out of this year with, I don't know. I don't even know anymore. I can't even say anything. I have no idea. All right, what's this? Beyond. Oh, okay. Here's the, no. Oh, this is funny. You know Greta Thunberg? You remember her? She's the little, she was the 16-year-old activist who said, "How dare you? While I'm in school, you're out there just talking about money." Well, it looks like Jeff Tate. What's his name? Tate? I can't remember his first name. Tatey Tate? He spoke to Greta. Let's see what they had to say to each other. I'm going on the record saying when I see Greta, I can't even say it. She triggers me.
Nice to meet you. My name's Andrew Tate.
This is all wrong.
yeah. Anyway.
We are in the beginning of a mass extinction. You have stolen my dreams.
Just look at her face, how it's just amazing how she contorts it to fit those emotions inside that little tiny 16-year-old body that she had, right? That little 16-year-old, the world traveler, knows what it's like to get out there and do the grind 10 hours a day. She knows what it's like to be a single mother, right? At 16 years old, right? She knows what it's like to be in the business industry on Wall Street and learning how to take care of funds and the country and everything else. Global warming, is it real? Isn't it real? Oh, yeah, it is. It is.
I should be back in school. People are suffering. How dare you?
People have been suffering from the caves. People suffer every day, little girl. Yeah, she just triggers me. I just can't.
Whoa.
Entire ecosystems are collapsing. And all you can talk about is money.
And all you can talk about is money. You know what? Someday, honey, you'll be talking about, that'll be the only thing you're going to be talking about is money. How are you going to pay your bills? Well, she won't have to. She'll get a free ride for the rest of her life now. You know, that's why she acts this way. Because now she's got a free ride for life. All she has to do is raise her eyebrows, throw that frown upside down. Huh? Right. Turn that frown right side up. I don't know. Check this out. This was a very interesting video. And I'm not sure I ever heard Biden speak so clearly. But what he's saying, I don't believe it.
America, I come to you today to bring to you all some clarity. February 5th of this year, our military shot down an unidentified flying object. The government told you that this was a Chinese spy operation, and we were wrong. This was indeed a dragon attack. Dragons are indeed real, and we must stay together and do not panic. Dragon sightings have been called in throughout the U.S. and Indiana, at Dave and Buster's, but we have ignored these sightings, and we were wrong to do so. We need to garner our strongest wizards and battle mages at the High Tower in D.C. to think of a way to capture the High Dragon King, Kimmick. Until then, be smart, keep in contact with your local
I'm a dragon.
Defend yourself, as well as make sure the town guard are aware of any threats.
I'm the dragon. I am Lucifer Dragon.
Didn't that sound just like him, though? That's the AI Biden. Pretty good. Sounds just like him. It's unbelievable. It's unreal. Hey, let's get back to women and why they're so delusional. I'm not doing this on purpose. We have the men. Men will get theirs too. These are just the ones that were in the feed. Not my fault. Why a lot of women are... Now, this isn't people here. I'm talking about... Not ufology.
Difference between men and women. Women, you can sleep with men that are 1, 2, 3 points higher than you in terms of physical attractiveness. That man will never commit to you. So that's why you basically have women who are all chasing after the top 10, top 20% of guys, because either you're delusional and you think you're hot shit. If you think you're hot shit, you deserve a guy who's hot shit. Also, men are perfectly willing to sleep with you. They'll never commit to you. They're perfectly willing to sleep with you once, twice, maybe keep you around as a fuck buddy. And men will sleep down. For a woman to be able to sleep with a guy, that guy needs to be at least physically attractive enough for you to be in a relationship with him, to consider being in a relationship with him. However, men, we will sleep with women that we would never commit to, that we would never be in relationship with because we welcome the easy access to sex, because men and women have different sexual strategies.
See why I've been thinking the way I've been thinking? They're poisoning me with all this male bravado. Who are they to make men to be this way? Nah, that show, it talks about everything, but that was Real Mano World. It's a very good, very, very, very good channel. Very good show. And it is interesting to see how the younger generation treats sex. They treat it like it's changing your underwear. It's weird. When I was growing up, it meant so much that if you got laid, you were like a god. You were like king. And for a girl, they still had to deal with all those stereotypes back then. More than they ever have, I think, right? The 80s was a total sexual revolution. It was. even with AIDS. It was a step in the direction of more openness than you've ever seen, that I've ever seen. I know the 60s and 70s were a little different. It just seemed like the 80s was sex, drugs, and rock and roll, man. It does. I'm sorry. It was fun. I am just like that guy in Uncle Rico. Might as well call me. My name is Rich. I'm Uncle Rico, living in the past. Sucks. You know, it's only 5 days away till I'm officially old. Officially old. Friday. It's gonna suck. Not happy. I am not happy. No, I'm really not. I really don't want to. I know there's several of you here who have passed the 55-year age, but I don't know. Yeah, I'm not gonna. Anyway, here's some bizarre orange lights. I finally found a video while I was sitting here talking for an hour about nothing. Show about nothing. That's what this show should be. It's a show about nothing. What happened to me? Did I just get did I go into a deep depression? Who's this guy? Somebody sent me $5.55. Nathan! Hey! Thanks, man. I got something for you to impress. Gosh, get your quantum dogs. I got something for you to impress. Gosh. Thanks, man. That's a big mucho gusto generoso, Nathan. Continuing supporter of GUFON, of course. Good friend of the show. Nathan with the Quantum Show. Atlantis is found with the $2. Oh, thank you. That's what I was forgetting. I almost forgot it. Unbelievable, dude. All right. I know, and I want to play it badly. I'm going to play this video first, and then I'm going to end the show with the really cool video. I haven't watched it yet on purpose, but just the, don't tell everybody, but just the title alone is exciting for me because it's something I like to do. All right. Thanks, Atlantis is found. We'll play this video. This is good. This is a video that it's supposed to be bizarre orange lights spotted in Kansas. What's that? Kansas. In August of 2022. Go. Video shared in Colinham on Reddit and recorded August 12, 2022 at 9:48 p.m. in Central Texas, 12 miles south of Lindsboro, USA. Oh, wow. Those look just like flares. Good job. Dude. My friends and I were out walking on a trail when we saw this bright flare about a mile away. Those small white lights at the bottom are farmhouses.
What is that shit?
Flares.
Oh my god, I wish this video quality was better.
This bright orange flare light just appeared above the horizon a little after 9:30 p.m. It looked bigger and real. Okay. Now you know why we can't get out of the stigma. It's big and real. We could see that it was a cluster of smaller lights and it appeared to rotate around. You don't have to put around. It just rotated. I'm sorry. I don't know why I'm sorry. Who was that from? Who made that video? Oh, UFO Section 51 did. Oh, shit. Well, I don't know what it is. It's probably flares. I'll put the link to that in the show description. Shane Reed! Sorry, have been busy. Be well. What are you sorry about? No need to be sorry. See, I don't know what you're doing. I don't know. I don't know. I thought you were here. You know what? I think everybody's here every single show every night. I don't think anybody ever misses it. I know you've got lives. Everybody's got lives. Everybody's got them. All right. This video is from Atlantis is Found. Here, he shows us what it's like to zoom in on a balloon at 200 magnification. This is going to be good. It's going to blow your face off. You ready? Hold on to your faces. Hey, hold on to your ears. There you go. It's a balloon. Oh, wow. Oh, my God. That's... Holy shit. Wait a second. This is better than I ever thought I'd... What is that, a camera? What is that? It is a camera. It's a camera. Oh my God. It's looking right back at you. Is this real? Is this fake? This is fake, isn't it? That's a camera right there. Is this fake? Why does it stop and look right at you, though? It looks like it goes right at you. Watch. This looks like a video somebody else put up on the internet. See? Why did it stop right there? That's cool as hell. Do you know how high that thing was? Thanks, Denbub, for the $7 Canadian coin. It's a super dono by Denbub, a Denbub dono. Nothing better than a Denbub dono. I want to get a Denbub dono donut. They should have Denbub dono donuts. This is weird. That's a camera. Look at that. Look how I stopped it. Right there, huh? Thanks, Denbub. Your name backwards is Bubned. Yep. And if you mix up the letters, your name could also be Nebdub or Nebbud. We'll come back to that later. Thank you very much, Denbub. Atlantis is found. Unbelievable. That looks like the Chinese balloon, bro. That's exactly what they showed us. It's fake? It is fake. I was right. It is fake. It's fake. 100% fake. It is fake. I knew it was, because it's the Chinese balloon. They just put a camera on it to make believe. That's funny, though. I almost believed it. How it's fake? Because it's the Chinese balloon. They're making videos like this, you know, just as memes, showing that it was watching us. Watch. Do you think he actually zoomed into this 200 times? And then there's a camera? There was no camera on it, but that's funny. Watch. Oh, there's a camera on the balloon. Whoops, stopped and looked right at you. Come on. You know, Shelly, you know who says this? Hold on a second, guys. Shelly's trying to make me feel better that I'm getting older. You know who says this? GUFON, be proud of every character line or gray hair you live to get my wrinkles are roadmaps through my life. You know who says that? Old, ugly people. That's who says that. I don't want to get old and ugly. I'm joking. Calm down. I know. No, I'm not proud of every line and wrinkle. I don't buy that crap. That's not true at all. They're not roadmaps through my life. Maybe your life. I don't know what kind of wrinkles we're talking about here, but not mine. I don't like it. I don't like the analogy. I don't like it. I don't like it. It's just a cop-out. Do you really think... Hold on. What? Whoa, where'd these come from? I've got cash apps that came in, but I don't... Gary Henninger sent 3. This last one was for do another Gufonian supporters live chat soon. Well, thank you very much, Gary Henninger, for the $15 on the Cash App, bro. Yeah, thank you very much, man. That was cool. We'll end it right there. Shelly, please don't get mad at what I said. I'm totally joking. I'm not ugly. You called me ugly. Rich called one of his fans ugly live on the show. Rich Giordano from GUFON said women are old and ugly when they get wrinkles, live at 10. GUFON's Rich Giordano says when you get wrinkles, you're dead already. You know that's how it's going to be. Thank you, everybody, for hanging out. Shelly, I love you. Wait, what? That's not the video. It's the one that's 50-second clip of me moving something. Oh, all right. Let me grab it. Why didn't you say that when I was playing this one? Here it is. Real National Treasure, that one. See, this is why I don't do this now. Well, we'll have to do it tomorrow. Thank you very much. See, there you go. Thank you very much, though, Atlantis is found. It'll be good tomorrow. We'll have it up there tomorrow. It was fun to talk about that video. And thank you very much for the super chats, bro. Appreciate it. It's big mucho gusto generoso. You, Denbub, and Gary. My goodness. Unbelievable support. But Shelly still left. She left. I can't believe she got mad. Oh, there she is. Denbub, you're still so young. I look younger as a man. No gray yet. Oh, younger a bit than I am. No gray yet. You don't have any gray, Shelly? That's good. I've got sporadic grays. I've got more grays here than the entire body, I guess. Yeah, it's weird. Nothing else turned gray. I just have sporadic ones on the scalp. Very little. But we'll be back tomorrow night, 7 p.m. And tomorrow's show will be better. It has to be. It has to be better tomorrow. All right, we are Truthology for UFOlogy for you. And thank you, newcomers and veterans. Appreciate the support. Thanks for supporting GUFON too with the subs. We're still getting them, but we're not getting the jolt we had in January, mid-February. But thank you for all the support. And don't forget to like, share, subscribe. We need 50 comments and 150 thumbs up. I want 200 thumbs up. We won't get there. All right. With that being said, alien bless and giddy up.